Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on Overcoming Hormonal Imbalance for Women's Wellness. My name is Yang Hun. I'm a certified holistic health coach partnering with New Life in providing health education and coaching for those seeking better health and wellness in their life journey. Today's topic is birthed out of my wellness journey as I learned to walk the path to restore my state of health from the inside out. It is my privilege for me to share a little of my personal journey and point you to the areas to look into in the area of women's health needs, and it will be a holistic nutritional approach in women's wellness. I will be covering the following: understanding the root causes of hormonal imbalance, understanding the role of nutrition and lifestyle in overcoming hormonal imbalance, and also the nutritional remedies for hormonal imbalance. As you go along with me, if there is anything that resonates with you, or if you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat box. I will do my best to address the questions during the Q&A session at the end. Before I start proper, I would like to read to you this disclaimer. The content shared here is for educational purpose only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding your medical condition. Have you ever asked yourself this question? What is wellness to me? I would like to share with you my wellness journey through a video as you chew upon this question. Sit back and enjoy the video.
Hello, my name is Yang Hun. I would like to share with you my wellness journey. I'm a mother of 4 children who are now teenagers and in their 20s. My role as a mother, full-time and then part-time worker, and a daughter to 2 ailing parents with Alzheimer's and diabetes put me on a constant overdrive mode. Every day, all that I focused on were doing it all, keeping it all together. Do, go, go, go. I was exhausted, physically and mentally drained. I was not able to handle the tremendous stress at all, and I was breaking down deep inside. Despite stepping up on exercising, my weight and belly fat continued to escalate. In March 2017, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My body forced me to take a break from the daily grind of life. While I sought different medical opinions and treatment options, I knew I needed to take stock of my life. I asked myself, do I just get my medical condition treated through drugs and then go on with life, hoping for the best? I decided to look into the root causes of my breast cancer and how to prevent a recurrence. From all my research, I was convicted that the best and most preventive approach is through a more holistic and natural approach that's aligned with the body's own natural defense to thrive. I thank God that a friend of mine connected me to someone whose mom had been well and staying cancer-free through the New Life's nutritional therapeutic program. I'm very thankful to this lady who shared the juicy therapy with me and connected me to Yi Hong, a partner of New Life and my health mentor. Yi Hong shared with me that the root cause of most diseases stem from the gut. Through her guidance and encouragement, I made massive changes to my diet and committed myself to the New Life's Health Restoration Nutritional Program. New Life also teaches and guides me on the holistic aspects of health and wellness. As I look back on these choices and changes that I have made, it was truly the best gift that I have given to myself. This was how I looked like in 2015 and January 2017, and how I looked like after a few months of New Life's nutritional program in August 2017. To date, my yearly medical reports have been excellent. I am cancer-free now, free from breast calcifications and fibroids. In addition, I also reaped many benefits from the nutritional program. My lipid profile, cholesterol, HDL, LDL, triglycerides levels have been restored to healthy readings. Some of the pleasant surprises are I shed off my excess weight and belly fat and gained a new slim body. I no longer suffer from chronic candidiasis, toenail fungus, dry and flaky skin, chronic fatigue, brain fog, and best of all, no more panic attacks. Since then, I rarely fell sick. On the contrary, I feel alert and energized and have a radiant complexion. Besides my renewed health, new slim and toned body, my life took a very enriching turn as I continue to learn and apply the knowledge on holistic health through attending New Life's workshops, health retreats, and my own personal study. I learned passionately about gut health, nutrition, and the mind-body connection. I learned to evaluate what I put into my body, the thoughts in my mind, and how I live. I learned to apply the simple rule of removing the bad and putting in the good for optimum health and wellness. I began to appreciate the body's ability to self-heal and self-repair when given the right environment, and that total wellness involves good health in the body, mind, and spirit, and is about prioritizing self-care in all these areas. From that position, we are then able to have the capacity to give our best to those around us with the gift of life. I am 51 years old now. Although my awakening came at age 47, it was never too late. Actually, the past 4 years have been the most fulfilling and productive years of my life. I look forward to my new life with new perspective, energy, and clarity. It is now my desire and mission to empower people to be healthy, happy, and to live well and age well. New Life's vision and mission truly resonate with me as it empowers others to take charge of their health through its effective programs and products. They really work. I hope that my story inspires you in your wellness journey. Cheers of total wellness to you.
So that is my story. I have realized that wellness can only be experienced when there is a good state of health in all three aspects: the physical body, the mind, which is our thoughts and emotions, and our inner spirit. Pursuing total wellness is now part and parcel in my way of life. I am not perfect in this, of course. There are ups and downs through life challenges. But I'm sure glad that I am not what I used to be. Through my self-study and research, I learned that a big part of our well-being got to do with hormones in our body. And the big picture is always about balance. Out of my health crisis, I realized that I have allowed myself to slip into a chronic state of hormonal imbalance that progressed into breast cancer. I had repeatedly chosen to ignore the warning signals that my physical body gave to me and continue in survival mode for the longest time, until the big C shock really shook my whole being, my whole world. And as I took actions to take charge of this mess in my body, I find myself shifting to a whole new path of increasing wellness. I hope that by sharing how I have found this path of overcoming hormonal imbalance towards a balanced, happy self, it will help many women, especially as I come to realize that hormonal imbalances are epidemic these days, an increasingly common problem even among young girls nowadays. Painful periods, mood swings, fibroids, and even breast lumps in young girls are getting common. The increasing prevalence is very obvious. So, what should we do? Let us now have some fundamental knowledge on hormones, which all of us, especially parents, should be equipped with. What are hormones? In layman terms, hormones are chemical messengers that tell your cells what to do, what not to do. When there is the right communication, everything works well in the body. The right amount must be released at the right time. The system that regulates our hormones is termed the endocrine system. The endocrine system is made up of these endocrine glands. the pineal gland, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and these are the three glands in the brain, our thyroid gland, adrenal glands, pancreas, and the reproductive glands, ovary for the women, and testes for the men. Did you know that your body houses 50 different types of hormones? I will just briefly go through some important hormones. First, we have insulin that is released by the pancreas. Insulin controls how your body uses and stores blood sugars. And there is cortisol released by our adrenal glands. Think of cortisol as nature's built-in alarm system in our body to fight or take flight when there is danger. It is the body's main stress hormone. Melatonin is released by the pineal gland in the brain. It controls the sleep-wake cycles and our internal body clock, also known as the circadian rhythm. The hormone leptin regulates feelings of hunger and ghrelin for satiety. In a perfectly working body, ghrelin tells us to eat so that we don't die of starvation, and leptin tells us when to stop. These are the 4 happiness hormones: serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphin. We all want these happiness hormones, right? And do you know that they are mostly produced in the gut? And next, we have estrogen and progesterone. These are the primary sex and reproductive hormones that women produce in the ovaries. And lastly, our thyroid hormones, which are released by the thyroid gland. The importance of our thyroid hormones really cannot be overemphasized because they affect every cell and all the organs of our body. I will be covering on the aspects of estrogen and progesterone and thyroid hormones that are specific to women's hormonal health. Estrogen and progesterone are important in the regulation of women's menstrual cycles. What are their roles? Progesterone is important for healthy conception, pregnancy, and lactation. Estrogen is important for development of the breast, uterus, and vagina. Ovulation, the initial phase of preparing for pregnancy, keeping cholesterol in control, healthy bone density, healthy heart health, and it also affects our brain, our mood, hair, skin, and many other tissues. So you see that estrogen has very important functions in the body. However, it has these very stimulating effects shown here that are not too good. Estrogen needs progesterone to counter the effects. They always work hand in hand for our body. For example, estrogen has a growth effect on the breast cells and uterine lining. Progesterone has a calming effect to counter this growth. So if there is excess estrogen, this increases the risk of breast and endometrial cancer. A delicate balance is necessary between these hormones coupled, estrogen and progesterone, to prevent this. The most common reason for low estrogen in women is menopause or the surgical removal of the ovaries and uterus. What happens when estrogen level is low? Some of the effects of low estrogen are menstrual periods that are less frequent or that stop. The well-known famous hot flushes or night sweats that all women dread to have when their time for menopause is looming near. Decreased bone density causing osteopenia and osteoporosis. Dry skin, etc. A point to bring to your attention. Menopause is a biological progression, not a health condition. You can sail through menopause to have minimum of these symptoms with proper nutrition and self-care. What happens when estrogen level is high? Excess estrogen can lead to these problems, among others. Weight gain, mainly in the waist, hips, and thighs. Menstrual problems, such as heavy and erratic menstrual flow. Worsening of premenstrual syndrome. Fibrocystic breast. Fibroids in the uterus. Fatigue, loss of sex drive, feeling depressed or anxious. The lifestyle patterns of our modern society have shifted this balance in the direction of estrogen dominance, which is a leading cause of many women's health problems. Do you have estrogen overload? This chart shows the symptoms of estrogen dominance. What begins as mild symptoms like menstrual cramps in younger years often becomes moderate and later severe if they are allowed to progress. Most of our lives, we are told that PMS, period problems, fibroids, and mood swings are simply normal part of being a woman. They are a woman's lot in life. The real fact is, suffering related to menstrual cycles is really unnecessary. There are actually many things you can do to fix hormonal imbalances. We just do not know about it. Estrogen dominance is one of the most underestimated and ignored hormonal imbalances that can lead to more serious issues, such as estrogenic cancers. And when you experience such symptoms in increasing measure, keep calm. Don't shoot the messenger. Know that your body is sending signals to you to bring your hormones back to balance. And how should you respond? Knowledge is the power. Let us now go through the major causes of estrogen dominance. How does one become estrogen dominant? When one gains weight because fat stores estrogen, and when there is chronic stress and poor sleep, as excess cortisol boosts estrogen release, and when our menstruation is absent or irregular, that is when the body is not producing enough progesterone. When there are blood sugar imbalances, as elevated insulin boosts estrogen release. Due to excess caffeine intake, which increases estrogen secretion. And when there is gut dysbiosis, where the bad bacteria is more than the friendly bacteria in our gut. And this inhibits metabolism of estrogen. And lastly, due to poor liver health, where the liver is unable to filter out excess estrogen. Another major source of estrogen dominance, which we often underestimate on its huge impact on our health, are from our external environment. Harmful estrogens are literally everywhere, invading our bodies, because these estrogens are in the things that we come into contact with in our everyday life. These harmful estrogens are called xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens are synthetic foreign estrogens. They mimic the effects of our body's natural estrogen, adding to the estrogen load and thus increasing the risk of breast and ovaries disease. Xenoestrogens are termed endocrine disruptors, a category of chemicals that alter the normal function of hormones. You want to be really aware that these are the silent invaders to our health. Let's see where these xenoestrogens come from. Xenoestrogens have been introduced into the environment by many industrial, agricultural, and chemical food processing, and are found in foods, drugs, cosmetics, insecticides, herbicides, plastics, oils, paints, and adhesives, mainly to make the products look good, feel good, smell good, taste good, and stays good. Most of the food we eat nowadays is loaded with pesticides, preservatives, additives, hormones, and steroids. For example, meat and dairy from animals raised in the commercial food chain contain a lot of growth hormones that contain xenoestrogen. Cows are impregnated year after year in endless cycles to produce more milk. And nowadays, it takes only 6 weeks to grow a chicken to market-ready size, which can be a pretty large size, so that we get more meat. Imagine that in the 1940s, it took as long as 4 months to naturally fully grown a chicken that is never as big as chicken grown nowadays. That is for food. What about the water we drink? Unfortunately, Our water supply is also contaminated with many endocrine disrupting chemicals, simply purely due to the amount of xenoestrogens in our environment and our lifestyle that gets into the water system. Xenoestrogens are also found in many everyday items. Many of us don't think twice about the toxic chemicals in the skincare, beauty products, perfumes that we apply daily, and the household care products that we use daily, and so on. Many a little makes a mickle. Do you know that the average person puts 120 to 200 toxic hormone disrupting chemicals in their system daily with the usage of personal care products? And with increasing hormonal health conditions, hormone medication such as birth control pills, hormone replacement therapy also introduces synthetic estrogen and increases risk of breast cancer with prolonged usage. Xenoestrogens are also here to stay and proliferate because a very unavoidable part of our lives now is the constant exposure to electromagnetic fields, EMFs, in our increasingly connected networks of electronic devices, which greatly increases the estrogen workload in our bodies too. So you see that estrogens are truly a product of modern society, where everything is chemically enhanced, preserved, or treated to make it bigger, brighter, and fresher. The problem is that our body uses these foreign substances as unopposed estrogen, overwhelming progesterone with disastrous health consequences. So you see, from a young age, we are exposed to all these harmful estrogens that add to our body's estrogen load. The effects is that today's girls are hitting puberty at a younger age. Development of breasts as young as in 8-year-old girls and even in boys too. The average of the first menstrual flow has dropped from 15 years old to 12 to as young as 8 years old. A noteworthy point here to highlight is that early puberty has been found to be associated with higher breast cancer risks. So far, it sure sounds like it is a tough battle to fight against so many harmful xenoestrogens, and an uphill task for our hormones to be in balance to do what they are supposed to do, right? Fret not, knowledge is power. However, information alone does not create the necessary change. Action on knowledge is the key to empowering yourself in this hormonal battle. And I will go on to share with you what you can do to balance your hormones naturally. It boils down to this: having the knowledge on what causes hormonal imbalance and listening to our body signals for help. And there is this Chinese proverb, 知己知彼，百战百胜. Know yourself, know your opponent, 100 battles, 100 victories. The good news is that hormonal imbalance can be reversed and restored optimally with the right diet, lifestyle, and nutritional supplements. To have good health, we need to establish a very balanced lifestyle as a robust foundation. In New Life, we advocate these 6 pillars for total health, which we named as the Wafers lifestyle. The first pillar is W for water. In the law of nature, know that water structurally is just H2O and nothing else, and that pure, clean H2O is distilled water. A is for air, pure, clean air. Avoid breathing in toxic fumes, and also nice perfumes and air fresheners which contain estrogens. F is for food, natural whole foods. Know that food is information to our hormones. E is for exercise. Our bodies need physical movements to promote blood circulation and lymphatic drainage. And R is for rest. Proper rest and restorative sleep cleanses, repairs, re-energizes, heals, and balances our hormones. S is for sunshine. This refers to getting physical sunlight for vitamin D, as well as to referring to the joy and happiness that radiates from within our inner health. It is about nurturing yourself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Proper self-care in all these areas are vital for a balanced, healthy hormonal system. It is about holistic health, nourishing your body, mind, soul, and spirit. I will just be covering on food and nutritional remedies here, as it is not possible to cover all these areas in one session. To equip yourself with a holistic health solution, please do attend new live sessions on detoxifying your home, water, detoxifying your home in a chemical-free household and personal care, and also rebounding exercise, which is the best exercise for lymphatic drainage for women's hormonal health. When we talk about healing hormonal problems, and in fact, any health problems, it's always to start with healing our gut. I will play a video to show you what is happening in our gut. Let's sit back and enjoy the 2-minute video. I think this video gives you a clear clue about what is causing us to feel unwell and have various health conditions. This quote sums it up. The gut is the place where health or illness is born. It is the holding tank of our life energy, and treating it well is the first step towards a healthy life. Here is a comparison that shows the difference between a healthy, clean colon and an unhealthy, constipated colon. In a normal, healthy colon, there is plenty of room for the fecal matter to move through. Notice that there is no impacted waste matter lining the walls of the colon. In a clogged, constipated colon, there are a lot of waste of fermented, putrefied food to the intestinal walls called encrustations. Not a pleasant sight indeed. These encrustations are accumulated over the years as undigested food that was not excreted out ferments and stick to the colon walls until it becomes like a clogged pipe. Will you leave a clogged pipe as it is? Let's see what happens if we don't unclog the pipe. This chart shows how our gut is connected to our glands and organs. The pancreas here, the adrenal glands here, and the mammary glands over here. For example, When there is a lot of impacted and excessive fermentation in the area of the mammary glands, this causes the lymph glands in the area of the breast to collect waste matter, causing cysts, fibroids, and tumors. From the colonoscopy video you just watched, the 65-year-old's plastered waste are blackish in color as these were fermented there for so long already. So it is not just a matter of just removing the cancerous part, removing the lump, or even removing the whole breast that will solve the breast lumps problem. Here is a picture of a prolapsed colon where the encrustations over the years become very heavy and the force of gravity presses against the female reproductive organs, causing a restriction of blood flow, and therefore a cyst, fibroid, tumor can happen. Hence, the very best of diets can be no better than the very worst if the GI is dysfunctional or if the sewage system of the colon is clogged with a collection of waste. Just think about it. Carrying so much waste inside of you, it is like a time bomb for snowballing health problems if you do not take the action to clean up your colon. Now, how do you know that you are constipated? Technically, we should move our bowels 10 to 14 hours after each full meal. So that means we should pass our bowels 3 times a day with our breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And more so for those who have tea time and supper. Passing bowels once a day is considered acceptable, but the fact is that most of us are constipated. For me, my bowel movements used to be like once in every 2 to 3 days. And that is really not okay. This picture shows what happens when waste are not excreted on time and stayed in the colon over prolonged days. Bad bacteria starts to breed as it feeds on the waste and causes a cycle of auto-intoxication as the toxins from the encrustations are reabsorbed back into our bloodstream and into our liver. Instead of absorbing nutrients, our body constantly absorbs toxins that piles up. And this causes weakened immunity, hormonal imbalance, and diseases from A to Z. In order to break the cycle of auto-intoxication, we need to clean up our colon. Colon cleansing is the best thing that you can do for your health. The symptoms of hormonal imbalances are likened to the fruits of a tree. What determines the health of the tree are the roots. And the root causes are, number 1, toxins from the external environment. And we have covered that as the xenoestrogens being in it. And also from our internal gastrointestinal system, causing auto-intoxication. The second reason is due to nutritional deficiencies, when the body does not get its nutritional needs. It's important to remember that our hormones are literally made from our food. It is not a matter of how much food we are eating. It is about the type of food that we are eating. Is it nutrient-dense or just foodless food, just empty calories? So, if we aren't adequately fueling the body with bioavailable nutrients, we aren't giving our hormones the necessary materials to produce healthy hormones. This chart shows the development of chronic and degenerative diseases. Notice the way that the word disease is broken up as disease. The word disease itself gives a clue that it is a state where the body is in dis-ease, not at ease. Our body gives us signals when something is not right. When we do not nip the problem at the bud, the body progresses from poor health with mild hormonal imbalances to chronic state, like having cysts and fibroids, and then deteriorates to the degenerative state, like having cancers. So you see, disease does not happen overnight. It happens over time, over many months and many years. Fret not, there is hope. The good news is that we can reverse this process over time too. We can restore metabolic and hormonal balance by working on the root causes, toxemia and nutritional deficiencies. You can beat hormonal imbalance the natural, safe way because our human cell is designed to detox, rejuvenate, and protect. This is a timeless wisdom quote from Dr. Lin. Remove what's bad, put back what is good and natural, and let the body do what it is built to do, recover and rejuvenate. To summarize, detoxification is necessary to remove toxins and excess circulating estrogen. Nutrients are necessary for the glands to produce and release hormones in the right amount at the right time. For detoxification, the first thing that you want to do is to clean up the colon. In New Life, we have a very effective, safe, natural, gentle, and non-invasive way to detoxify our colon on a daily basis, as well as to clean up the entire gastrointestinal tract for a full detoxification. We do that by taking the cleansing drink 1 to 2 times daily for health maintenance, or by taking it 4 to 5 times daily for 7 days for a full detoxification. The cleansing drink comprises of 1 heaped teaspoon of herbal cleanse powder mixed in 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and 1 teaspoon of raw honey in a cup of distilled water. Herbal cleanse keeps the gut system running smoothly. It is a proprietary blend of 5 ingredients: psyllium husk, a premier dietary fiber; apple pectin, which cleanses heavy metals and toxins; Roach's broom, that helps to reduce inflammation, varicose veins, and hemorrhoids; bentonite, which absorbs toxins, pathogenic viruses, bacteria, and parasites; and cellulose, that improves the peristaltic movement of the colon. Hence, herbal cleanse does much more than filling our daily fiber gaps. It helps to reduce gut toxicity by removing accumulated encrustations, as well as improving nutrients assimilation by removing the gluey layers covering the villi of the small intestines. It helps to regulate blood cholesterol and triglycerides, normalizes blood sugar, and hastens the elimination of bile acids. Daily intake of herbal cleanse helps to promote regular healthy bowel movements as well. This is the output you can expect from taking herbal cleanse when on a full detoxification. The top right is from a lady in her 40s with uterine fibroids. The bottom 3 sheets of encrustations are from a lady in her 50s with many health conditions like weak issue, high cholesterol, and borderline diabetes. Her belly was very big, blocking the view of her toes. After passing out the 3 sheets of encrustations, her big tummy literally deflated. Think of herbal cleanse as a broom that sweeps to clean up your intestinal tract of toxic waste. It is recommended to take apple cider vinegar together with herbal cleanse in the cleansing drink. Apple cider vinegar is known as nature's most perfect health food because it is loaded with enzymes and minerals, a gut health tonic. New Life's apple cider vinegar is organic, brewed naturally from 3 ripened Motueka Nelson apples from New Zealand, unfiltered, untreated, unpasteurized, undiluted, and hence very rich in good bacteria and enzymes. New Life's apple cider vinegar is humble yet mighty, with an abundance of health benefits. Its nutrients help to regulate blood sugars and hormones, supports healthy ovulation and hormonal balance. It helps to relieve premenstrual syndrome and balance the menstrual flow. Because it allows good gut bacteria to flourish, that helps to metabolize estrogen. Apple cider vinegar is also rich in minerals that enhances bone density. Raw honey has been used as a multi-purpose health tonic for thousands of years. Praised as a type of liquid gold, raw honey is flowing with antioxidants, vitamins, and enzymes that have a positive effect on hormone levels. New Life's pure raw honey is the real deal. You will certainly know it from its texture and its taste. It's from New Zealand, 100% raw organic honey, unheated, untreated, certified pesticides and heavy metals free. Honeygar is a combination of New Life's apple cider vinegar and raw honey drink. It is a powerful restorative drink, a staple among New Lifers. With the powerful nutrients from both apple cider vinegar and raw honey, it really nourishes our gut very well. And besides, it tastes really wonderful as well. This has become my family's favorite refreshment drink. I will make the honeygar concentrate in bulk, and my family will just help themselves to it. And this helps to reduce drinking of packaged drinks loaded with sugars, as well as improving their health at the same time. Your liver is the next important organ that you want to really take care of. The liver is the body's master filter and detoxifier. It's where your body cleanses out toxins you are exposed to and metabolize excess estrogen. Liverine is New Life's supplement to nourish the liver with the ideal blend of herbs that we don't usually get in our diet. It contains 80% silymarin milk thistle extract, dandelion, artichoke extract, burdock, and celery extract. It comes in veggie caps and is suitable for vegans. Liverine helps to support the liver by rebuilding liver cells and removing toxins, improving liver functions for hormone metabolism, reversing liver damage caused by medicines, excessive alcohol consumption, and environmental toxins, stimulating the liver to increase bile flow to carry away waste and break down fats, providing powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. New Life also teaches another very powerful way of detoxifying our liver and blood via coffee enema. Coffee enemas aid the liver in metabolizing estrogen, reducing excess estrogen buildup. If you want to know more about it, you may contact your New Life health coach. Next, let's touch on dietary nutrition. Food, glorious food. Our diet has the biggest impact on our health, but modern lifestyle and eating habits make it really difficult for us to get the complete spectrum of nutrition much needed by our body. Nutrition is essential in fighting hormonal imbalance. High-fiber diets help eliminate excess estrogen. Probiotics-rich foods help metabolize hormones. Phytonutrients provide vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and weaken the overall estrogen load of the body. Healthy fats are essential for healthy hormones production. Potassium is required for proper cellular functions and electrolyte balance. Enzymes are necessary for digestion and assimilation of nutrients. And do you know that the easiest way to mess up our hormones is through eating these familiar foods shown here? Pastries, processed foods, food heavily laden with sugar, salt, and oils. It will certainly help if you start to be very intentional to avoid, reduce, eliminate these hormone messing culprits. And these culprits are refined hydrogenated oils, the 5 whites, white salt, white sugar, white rice, white flour, and dairy products, except for organic yogurt. Processed foods, pastries, red meat, especially from commercially raised farms, GMO, genetically modified foods. Many of you must be thinking now, but these are mostly the food that I eat daily. So the reality is that most of us are not eating to meet our body's nutritional needs. How are our hormones able to be doing what they are supposed to do when not provided with the right raw materials? So then, how should we eat for optimal hormonal health? New Life's Healthy Plate has a comprehensive, balanced, and optimal guideline. As a golden rule, always eat natural whole foods and primarily plant-based, with 75% vegetables and fruits of assorted colors, 15% digestible proteins, 10% whole grains, and always have healthy fats that come from whole foods like nuts, seeds, and fatty fish, etc. A balanced nutritional intake consists of both macronutrients and micronutrients to provide the necessary materials for the body to produce hormones for proper cells communication. Our gut microbiome plays an important role in metabolizing hormones. 70% of our immunity lies in this microbiome. However, our gut flora, which is the friendly bacteria, depletes with poor diet and lifestyle, and even dramatically more so when we take a course of antibiotics. So you will want to protect your gut by replenishing with a good quality probiotic supplement for the friendly bacteria. Immuflora has the perfect balance count and strains of friendly bacteria. 10 billion Bifidobacterium longum, which is the main strain for the big intestine, 1 billion Lactobacillus acidophilus for the small intestine, and very importantly, 200 milligrams of fructooligosaccharides, FOS, which is prebiotics, the food for multiplying the probiotics. For nourishment of our cells and tissues, you can make this phytonutrients and multivitamins drink by mixing 1 sachet of Super Green Food Plus Plus with 1/4 teaspoon of K salt in 1 cup of Honeyda. Super Green Food Plus Plus is the perfect supplement to meet our phytonutrients needs. It is a botanical beverage mix of 27 cold-pressed, enzymatically alive supergreens, fruits, herbs, and superfoods as shown here. K salt is a natural potassium supplement. Just as calcium is a master mineral to the bone, potassium is the master mineral to the cell. Organic potassium is a necessary supplement as more often than not, we take in excess sodium through food that has been cooked and drowned in seasonings, salt, and sauce. Our cells need a ratio of 3:1 potassium to sodium for proper cellular functions. With so much excess sodium in our daily intake, this ratio goes really out of balance. K salt helps to remove excess sodium from our cells and tissues and helps to maintain the right balance. Spirulina is a complete food. It is a rich source of plant-based, very digestible protein, much more digestible than meat, with 2 to 6 times more iron than beef liver and 3 times more gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, than evening primrose. It is also an excellent source of beta-carotene, vitamin E, B vitamins, and many minerals. In terms of healthy fats, flaxseed oil has the richest source of omega-3 essential fatty acids, what we call EFAs, and it has 60% more EFAs than fish oils. EFAs are necessary fats that humans cannot synthesize and must be obtained through diet. And it is a basic building block of healthy hormones. New Life's Omega Gold flaxseed oil is cold pressed from premium golden flaxseeds from New Zealand. What I have covered are the nutritional supplementations to establish the much needed detoxification and nutritional foundation that our body needs. Here, there are also two important nutritional remedies to restore hormonal balance, and these are kelp and enzymes PA+. I will go through the importance of taking kelp and enzymes PA+. Thyroid hormones are very important for the cruise control of our body. The thyroid gland, a small butterfly-shaped gland at the base of our neck, produces thyroid hormones that regulate all the vital processes in our body, in particular, the use of hormones and nutrients. Hence, our thyroid is known as the king of metabolism. In order for our thyroid gland to function properly, it needs iodine. There are many nutrients that are needed in women's health, but one often overlooked nutrient is iodine. Iodine affects a woman's body hormonally in 4 ways: through the thyroid, the ovaries, the brain, and the breast. This nutrient plays a significant role in processes such as estrogen metabolism, breast tissue development, ovulation, fetal development, and more. In addition to the thyroid, iodine is heavily concentrated in the breast, ovaries, and cervix, highlighting the many areas of women's health. It is interesting to note that there is a high rate of breast disease in women who have thyroid problems. Iodine deficiency is associated with increased risk of fibrocystic breast disease and breast cancer. Research shows that Japanese women have lower rate of breast, endometrial, and ovarian cancers. And kelp, a seaweed rich in organic, iodine, and trace minerals, makes up more than 10% of the Japanese diet. Kelp is by far the richest source of dietary iodine. Studies also showed that women with endometriosis and a lot of menstrual problems experienced significant improvement in their symptoms after 3 months of taking kelp. Pain associated with endometriosis was greatly reduced. After including kelp in their diet, women with high levels of estrogen experienced a drop in blood estrogen levels. Besides being a balancer of hormones, kelp is a good nutritional support for the thyroid, heart, and bones. Kelp also does a good job in protecting against radiation poisoning from the EMF waves that we are constantly exposed to. New Life's kelp is made from the highest quality kelp, sourced directly from the pristine waters of Nova Scotia in eastern Canada. Lastly, I will cover the importance of enzymes. What are enzymes? Enzymes are substances which make life possible. They are needed for every chemical reaction that occurs in our body. Without enzymes, no activity would take place at all. Neither vitamins, minerals, nor hormones can do any work without enzymes. So we may be eating all the healthy food and supplements in the world, but if our body is enzyme deficient, then we are not able to break down, assimilate, and digest those nutrients. So it is as good as not having any of this at all. Without hydrolase enzymes in the gut, the digestion of food could not occur. All cooked food are void of enzymes. Therefore, a large pool of them are required from the body to break down large food particles into usable molecules. The body thus needs to produce its own enzymes in the absence of getting any from our diet. But it does so at great expense to our health and energy. Our capacity for enzyme production declines at the rate of 13% every 10 years, starting at the age of 20. So by 60 years of age, you could be producing only half of the enzymes your body needs. That's why we should consider a good natural enzyme supplement in addition to eating more whole raw foods. All the more for those suffering from hormonal imbalances, enzyme supplementation is necessary. There are many enzyme supplements available. In comparison, plant enzymes work in all stages of digestion, including the pre-digestive phase, whereas animal enzymes are only active in the later stages of digestion. Plant enzymes are also safer than animal enzymes, which carry risk of animal disease and cross-infections. Hence, plant enzymes are more effective and safer than animal enzymes. Enzymes PA+, a 100% plant-based enzyme supplement, is a proprietary blend unique only to New Life, and it is GMO-free. It contains a complete spectrum of digestive enzymes to digest all food groups: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, fiber. In fact, it is more than a digestive enzyme. It is also a systemic enzyme, working at a systemic level that helps support the body's healing for a broad range of health conditions. It has the capability to break down protein coatings of growths like cysts, fibroids, and tumors. We have covered what causes hormonal imbalances, as well as the remedies through these nutritional supplements for dietary shortfalls. And this is basically New Life's 6 essentials. The 6 essentials helps to take care of our body's basic detoxification and nutritional needs. Spirulina, kelp, and enzymes PA+ are important nutritional remedies in the aspects of restoring hormonal imbalance. This Essentials for Hormonal Balance pictorial shows how you can integrate the nutritional remedies in your daily routine. Remember that nutrition is the basic building block of healthy hormones. Nutrients in our food provides important raw materials and information to your hormones. This is a list of testimonies of women who have recovered from their hormonal imbalances through New Life's DRP, our detoxification and rejuvenation program, an award-winning program. The DRP is effective for those with more chronic and degenerative stage in hormonal imbalance, where you could do a full or modified mini DRP, after which to continue the essentials to work on reversing all the symptoms of hormonal imbalance. As for myself, for those who missed my video in my health journey earlier, this shows a summary of my recovery from breast cancer, an extreme state of hormonal imbalance, by going through New Life's nutritional wellness program for 3 months, and at the same time, adopting the New Life Healthy Plate as my dietary guidelines. Until today, living the Wavers lifestyle. The results can be clearly felt and clearly seen, both internally and externally. So, whatever health problems that you are suffering from, take heart, because you've got this. Everyone has a doctor in him or her. We just have to help it in its work. The natural healing force within us is the greatest force in getting well. And remember this simple natural healing principle from Dr. Lin, which is the heartbeat behind New Life's health programs. Remove what's bad, put back what's good and natural, and let what the body is built to do recover, and rejuvenate. In conclusion, I would like to encourage all of us to take steps to actively pursue good health and wellness for yourself. Embracing wellness is a conscious, ongoing choice of choosing to live well. It is not a one-off decision to get healthy. Practicing wellness means taking charge of your health, intentionally and actively working to turn bad habits into good ones, which then becomes the lifestyle that you choose to live. Incorporate into your daily routines habits to detoxify, nourish, hydrate, move more, go out for sunshine and nature, sleep well, and take time to cultivate connection, sunshine within your inner self. You will reap priceless rewards of overcoming whatever hormonal imbalances and gain health and energy from the inside out. I would like to end this session with this post from Dr. Mark Hyman, which I personally like very much. He says, most health plans, whether they are about losing weight, exercising more, or quitting bad habits, aren't designed to last. This is because they are based on an incorrect assumption that all you need is willpower and motivation. In truth, we all need a support system to help guide us towards sustainable behavior and lifestyle change. And the reality is that the majority of healthcare actually happens outside of the doctor's office. I hope that you will find in us new life, the community of support system in your wellness journey.